Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Nia J, and I have the beautiful.
Pamela and Nicole, hey.
And this is another installment of Dynasty Queens.
Girl, I'm so glad you asked me that. So today, I'd love to shout out our sponsor, Social Media Blast Off. So if y'all are all trying to get a little bit more maximization out of your socials, whether you're on X, Threads, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever the case is, we got you covered. So if you'd like to go ahead and get started, we can get you 40% off. All you have to do is scan this QR code right here to maximize all the benefits and get your social media platform popping. So go ahead and visit socialmediablastoff.net and get started today. So Ms. Nia, well, who do we have here today? I feel like we have a very, very, very special.
We do. Oh my God, guys. Dynasty family, come here. We have a special guest in the building.
Mm-hmm.
We have the beautiful Shireen. I don't think a last name is needed. Like, you're one of those, like, one-namers in the game, right?
Not quite yet. So
girl,
Shireen Crutchfield.
Okay. All them TV credits. Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
Miss Shireen, let's get into it. So tell us about yourself. Where are you from? Where did you come from? And how did you get into the industry?
I was born in Massachusetts many decades ago. And just had a small family, my mom and my sister. And my mom would come back and forth from from Massachusetts to Los Angeles for work. And then she decided, you know what? LA has better weather than Massachusetts, so we're going to stay in LA. So that's what we did. So I pretty much grew up out here. And back when I was in high school, a really popular show was Soul Train. So my friends and I got invited to dance on Soul Train. We were in a little dancing group called the Ladies Legit back in the day. So we would go to clubs and just dance battle all the time. We were just a mess. And so we got invited onto Soul Train, and there were some other high schoolers on there too, a couple of friends of mine, Joyce and DeMonica, and we started a group called the Good Girls. And we were on Motown Records. We did a couple of albums. Then after that, I was like, oh, I want to model. Because my mother and my aunt were also modeling back a long time ago. And I was like, oh, okay, let me try it. So then I got into modeling, and then I got into commercials, and then I got into acting. And then I started the whole cycle all over again. Yeah. So here I am.
I love it. Yes. It was all literally it started from the bottom. Now we here, like she was like, commercials. Then we work our way up to the modeling.
Yeah, exactly. Well, living in LA, everything is all around you. So it was just a natural progression. And I'm sure Atlanta is probably very similar right now. You got the music, you've got a ton of film work out there, which is amazing. Yeah.
It is everywhere. The Black Hollywood out here.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm in the middle of it. And Tyler Perry Studios too. It's like that's on my dream list.
Oh yeah. Beautiful studio, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Yeah. So what really got you into I know you were talking about, the dance battles and everything, which is awesome. But what really catapulted you into music, from that?
It was from being on Soul Train. When you're on Soul Train, there's just a ton of artists that come through. So they're very inspiring, and we just loved, music is the best. So we loved the music. I really wasn't thinking about singing, but the opportunity came. We met someone named Jonathan Clark, and he had a concept for the Good Girls as far as with the Catholic school uniforms, which I used to have to wear because I went to Catholic school.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of progressed from there. It just kind of worked out. We had a really great chemistry, a really great magic, and Motown Records wanted us. So it's like, hey, if God blesses you to do it, go jump in full force. And that's what I did.
Amen.
And music is just the best. Music is awesome.
I have a question. Okay, because I'm kind of I love nostalgic Soul Train, the whole Don Cornelius story, how he started small in Chicago and made it mainstream in LA, first syndicated Black, television show of that caliber. So who was the host? Like, who was the host when you did Soul Train? Was it Don Cornelius? Was it Shamar Moore? Who was the host at the time?
It was Don Cornelius.
Oh,
This was a long time ago. I was like in the 10th grade. So yeah,
that's
Don was
cool.
the host. And then when we actually performed on Soul Train as the Good Girls, he was still the host.
wow.
So,
So it came full circle.
I'm sorry.
That is so cool. That is really amazing. So how many seasons did you do Soul Train?
I feel like I was there just for a couple of years because I was still in high school. And
Gotcha.
by my senior year, I think I had stopped. But like even now, the Soul Train dancers were still really close. They put on events all the time. There's always a Soul Train event going on. I have another friend of mine. I also wrote a children's book called Topper Lost His Hopper, and he's arranged for me to do some book signings. So the Soul Train community is still actually a tight community. Everybody's really cool, and they do parties every year, and it's just the whole thing. It's wonderful.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because Soul Train, girl, that is a part of history.
You know?
So I'm sure
It
I'm gonna
is.
check out one of these networks that they run the reruns and be like,
Yeah.
okay, there goes Shireen right there, period, in 10th grade, popping and locking or whatever you
Okay. Yeah.
So you mentioned this children's book. I actually have a 7-year-old, so I love children's books. Can you tell me a little bit more about Mr. Topper?
Yeah, so it's called Topper Lost His Hopper, and Topper is a happy-go-lucky frog who thinks he's got the best hopper in the whole world. He thinks he can win all the hopping races and all the hopping contests, but he actually doesn't win any of them. And so one day he wakes up, all his friends are waiting for him at the pond, and he's like, I can't come because I lost my hopper. So the friends go on a search to find his hopper, and it's a happy ending. They do find his hopper. It's really good. It's very inspirational.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that.
check it out.
Yes.
I think your 7-year-old will love it. It's got a really good message too.
Okay, so let's go back to the group. So you're signed to Motown Records. What is that like? You're with, I guess let's go back a little bit further. So how did you meet the ladies that were in your girl group, and then how did you guys get that meeting with Motown? Like, what was the progression and the first steps to get there?
I was at a school called St. Bernard's, and the other two were at a school called Westchester, and they were actually right around the corner from each other. So we kind of congregated in similar circles, and we would always be at these high school parties where there were dance battles. They were in another dancing group, so we would always see each other at parties. And then when I went to Soul Train, they were also on Soul Train. So it's like, all us, young high schoolers together on this great show, having fun, and plus we knew similar people, as I said. And so one of the other girls had met this manager. His name was Jonathan Clark, and he was managing another artist. And so I was like, just see if he would be interested in 3 girls. And he was like, come on down. So we went to his house and we talked about it, and he had the whole concept in mind, and it really worked out. And sometimes, there are a lot of opportunities that come and go, but this one really stuck. And we just had a great bond and a great chemistry, and praise God, we were able to put out some music. He had connections with Motown. I think Gerald Busby was the president of Motown at that time, and I believe that was his brother-in-law. Not that meant that they were going to sign us, because that's not how it goes. So we had to do demos, and we had to sing for them and show them who we are, and we did, and they were like, let's do it. So that's how it all came together.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's all she wrote for that one, folks. That's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
Got established and got with Motown. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So what happened after that? So you got with the girl group. Did you guys tour with any exciting folks or any cool stories you want to share?
We did. So our first tour was with the other Motown artists at the time. So it was like the Boys, this group called Today, someone named Malira, just several Motown artists. So we went on tour with them. And then after that, we ended up on the New Kids on the Block tour,
Oh,
No More Games tour. So that was massive, and that was fun because we're all the same age, just having a good time on the road. On the tour buses, we just had a really great time, and we were blessed to get on that tour, and that was, very exciting, great experience in front of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of screaming little girls.
I love
it. It was cool.
having a time.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Having a time. Yeah. And then so after that, I think it was during the second album, things were going a little bit slow with the company itself. Because obviously there's the front part, there's the music and the artist, and everybody gets to see that, but they don't see the backside, which is the business and the record company and what's going on with that. So there was just a lot of stuff going on at that time. And when we had completed our second album, we were getting ready to go, and then something happened at the record company that I don't even remember. And I was just like, I gotta do something. So then, like, as soon as that hit, and they were taking a longer time than I was comfortable with putting out the second album, then I said, let me go and see if I could do modeling. So that's when I went and I got a modeling agency in Los Angeles. And the first job I did was cover up 17 magazine with Will Smith.
Oh,
and I was like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I guess I'll do this too. And then, of course, the second album came out and I went and did that. But then I still did modeling after.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So you were like fully immersed in the entertainment industry.
Just everything.
There were no facts that she wasn't covering. She was doing the modeling, going back to the acting, the music, the Soul Train dancing. Okay, this is true
amazing. I love that.
A lot of the time people say that true entertainers, like, that aspect of it is gone. The person who can do all of it, the dancing, the singing, the acting, on cue. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't exist. I think a lot of entertainers today are kind of just packaged and, thrown out there.
Yeah. They can be,
You were doing it, girl. I love it. So what was it like working with Will Smith on the cover of 17 magazine? What was that like?
I was very shy at the time, and he seemed very shy as well. So it was kind of
awkward. It was one of those.
You wouldn't think that he was shy, but he seemed very shy to me. So, we did our little day shoot. I think we had to drive out to where he was living at the time, and we just kind of hung out. He had a basketball. We're just kind of, it was 17 magazines, so it was very kiddie stuff. And it was a good time, but I was just super shy. That was my first modeling job. I didn't know what I was doing.
That's amazing. For her first modeling job, 17 magazine.
This was Will Smith.
Yeah, that's all God, God is good.
Let's let the viewers know. Okay, y'all, her first modeling gig was with Will Smith. Like, I mean, she just literally skipped leaps and bounds within one gig. It's like, okay, I've made it.
It's all God. I got blessed with that. It's all a blessing, and thankfully I can keep doing all the different things. So,
So it seems like we're on a trajectory here. Okay, so we're going back and forth, the modeling, the music. You did the second album. What happened after that? Did you guys disband?
After the second album? We did. We disbanded. It was a lot of stuff going on at the time, and most of it didn't really have anything to do with the three of us. It was more business related, and we changed management, unfortunately. It was just a lot of business stuff that was kind of up in the air, and I had already seen the writing on the wall. So I was like, let me just start modeling. Let me figure out what's going on. And then we did end up disbanding, and we all had our families and our kids and our other jobs, and
I like the fact that it seems like you had a backup plan. You weren't just at the mercy of the deal with Motown, just in case anything happened, you had the modeling to fall back on.
For
So that's
sure.
really
Yeah.
cool. I like that.
Yeah, that worked out for me.
But
Yeah.
Shireen, what commercials? I know that you had mentioned commercials earlier too. Did you do any commercials for like any big brands that we know of and stuff?
Sure. I did commercials for Target, Budweiser, Nintendo, Kraft, Amazon,
Oh wow.
Chase Bank, just Jeep, Toyota, Cadillac, no, Lincoln.
Oh, look, she had the car commercials on lock, you guys. Okay.
Right. I was going to say a lot of cars. Heck, I love it. The household name.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we're doing commercials, we're doing modeling and stuff like that. So I guess right now we're still like in the 90s at this point, mid 90s, or where are we right now within the?
Okay, so the modeling and the commercials started in the 90s, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And then the acting started in the 90s as well.
So my question to you about the acting, what is when people stop you on the street, because you do have a very recognizable face, when folks stop you, what is like the scene or the line that they know you from? They're like, hey, you're that girl from, what is it that they tell you?
Well, it actually depends on how old they are. Like if they're around my age, then they recognize me from the Good Girls. If they're a little bit younger, then they recognize me from Hot Boys, because Hot Boys was big. So that's I mostly get a lot of Hot Boys people. Are you Lashana? I'm like, yeah, that was me.
That's awesome.
I love it. I'm here for it.
So Shireen, I did want to ask you, I mean, since you've been so immersed into like Hollywood and, Motown and everything, is there a memorable moment with a certain celebrity that you just kind of has like a core memory for you?
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I'm not going to think of the bad one.
It was a complete like, oh, he's like that or she's like that. You don't have to like,
I did have a very large man threaten to kick my butt because I was being stank. But that was just because I was just very shy and quiet. And so he took but I'm not going to name names who that was because y'all probably don't know him anyway. Let's see. God, you know what? I want to say I'm drawing a blank, but there've been. I mean, I've gotten to work with some really great people, so I will say that. Like, I've got to work with Gina Davis, who I love,
her,
and John Lithgow, who was just the nicest man.
Those are actually living legends. For real.
Yeah, they are.
Sure.
They are. And I got to work with Rob Lowe the other day, and that was
cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. And there's just so many people. I had a really great time working with Ice-T. He was hysterical when I worked with him. He was so funny. And Will Smith, that was great, of course. Taraji, I worked with her. She was the nicest. I've worked with Cameron Diaz. She was the nicest. So, but that's it. I remember people like in their kindness. So I appreciate that, more so than an event.
Gotcha.
Right.
I like nice people. Yeah.
I think that's good to know for probably me, myself, Pam, and our viewers that some of our favorites are actually like a really cool and down to earth and kind people.
Yeah.
Because you just, reassured us. Like you said, Cameron Diaz and all of them. I'm like, okay, Gina Diaz. All right, like we like it. We like it.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Exactly. It's such a nice little twist because you hear so many like horror stories sometimes about people's attitudes and stuff. So that's really
snobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I work in fashion too, and some fashion. Well, I think everybody's a little bit crazy, and artists are especially a little bit crazy. So I've worked with some very eccentric, interesting people. So the nice ones really stand out to me. So,
Of course, that makes
For
sense.
sure.
but I want to ask you guys something. Where did the name Dynasty Queens come from?
That's a really good question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so we partner with our production team, King Rush Productions and
Yeah.
Dynasty Modeling. And then this young lady right here is my best friend, and we've been on this journey for many years.
Yes.
So we always had the idea of having our own platform and
Mhm.
podcast, and just bringing like awareness and light to our fan base and to the people. So it was just a beautiful marriage. Dynasty Modeling already existed.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Yeah.
and then we were already established in our own right, so
Yeah.
we kind of joined forces. But there's a meaning behind it, of course. Like we want to make sure that we promote a positive light for women, particularly
Good.
women of color,
Yeah.
because there's a
Good.
lot of
Good.
negativity out there right now.
There sure
So
are.
that's what our mission is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's leave
wonderful.
a good dynasty and legacy
Yes.
for women of color,
You know,
not just people
Wonderful.
flying and
yeah.
doing crazy stuff on network television just for views.
And in this day and age, we really need, and I stress this so much, we need so much camaraderie, sisterhood. We're lacking so much of, and you see so much just hateful stuff on the internet, and black
I
women.
agree.
Like I was telling one of our other guests, like I call it black on black crime, because it's, what are we hating each other for? We need to be uplifting, and that's our mantra. Really, you're just here to uplift, especially as women. Just empower each other, uplift, and just spread that positivity.
Right.
So
I think it's
important.
better to it's nice when we can look at each other as a collective as opposed to me, 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 me.
Yes.
It's all of us, and
Exactly.
how all of us need to just elevate. We need to
Exactly.
get to a higher ground up in here.
Exactly.
Collectively, as a people, I feel that
Exactly.
women of color, we need to unite, and we try to showcase, talented women and people in the entertainment industry, authors and mothers and financial advisors, real estate agents, people in the
You
entertainment
name
industry,
it.
the whole.
Good,
You can
good.
see what the Black woman, the woman of color, like what you can be doing with your life,
Yeah,
and how to
exactly.
elevate and support one another. And we have a safe space, I feel, for us to share and have our stories out here on our platform for our viewers. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's what the dynasty is.
Amen.
So we're all into
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move right along. So where we are right now. Okay, you did the 17 magazine cover with Will Smith. Doing some television and stuff, some commercials. What's
Right.
like at that point in time? What was like the biggest thing that happened in your career? You're like, oh my god, this happened, and I'll never forget this. What happened?
Let me think. You're gonna have to edit this out. I'm still thinking.
That's okay. It means there's several that she's thinking. She's like,
right.
good stuff.
Okay. Okay. No, not that. That was small potatoes. I'm having a hot flash. Okay. So I think the biggest thing that probably happened was I started a family. So yeah.
I
I'm a mom.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So I started got married and had children, and I took a break from all the acting, that entertainment stuff, and did that. So my oldest daughter, Sequoia, she just graduated from Tulane University this year.
Congratulations.
And my son, thank you. And then my son Nathan, he just graduated from high school this year. And my 11-year-old son Josiah just graduated from elementary school this year. So yeah. So I'm really thankful that I did take the time to have a family because a lot of women in entertainment don't want to have babies. They don't want their bellies to get big. They don't want to lose their gorgeous figure
Mhm.
and things like that. But I'm really grateful that I was able to start a family. And then after that, I got back into everything.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about. What does
That's what it's all
Beyonce
about.
say? Something about bear the children, then get back to business.
There you go.
right.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So what inspired you? I know, like having taken a break and having your babies and everything. What inspired you to write children's books?
My kids and I have a very elaborate going to bed routine.
Uh huh.
So we do our prayer, and this is probably like 5 or 6 years ago. We started each taking turns telling stories,
Oh.
and they're usually outlandish and crazy, and we're usually laughing through the whole thing. But that was part of our bedtime routine, and I just started telling a story about a frog. And as it was coming together, as I'm speaking, I was like, "Oh my God, this is really good. Let me write this down." So I wrote it down 6 years ago, and I left it alone. And then this past year, the beginning of the year, I was like, I think I want to just go ahead and do it. I have my middle son, Nathan. He's an amazing artist, but he was so busy he couldn't do the illustrations for me. So I went on an app on my computer and I started putting the designs together and just formulating the whole thing, put it up on Amazon, and it's done. Topper lost his hopper. And it's about, what, God puts a lot of things on our minds, gives us a lot of dreams that seem too big for us to do.
Uh-huh.
And I had thought about it that way too. I was like, oh, maybe when I'm this or that, then I'll do it. But it's like, no, you've got it now.
Yeah.
Let's start taking steps, and he'll help you get it done. So I did that, and I'm very pleased with it. I also produced a short film. This was probably the end of 2020, in December of 2020. I produced a short film that I wrote. The dark comedy. I called it Birthday Bash, and it was something else, just the inspiration that God gave me, and I wrote it down. And there was a couple of other directors that were going to actually do the film,
Uh-huh.
and so I was like, okay, great. And then they didn't do it, and I was like, okay, well, what do I do? I had another friend she asked me to be in her short film, and I said yeah. And so I saw her get everything together, and she did it, and I was like, I guess that means I can do it too. It's just about taking steps. And so I did my short film called Birthday Bash. You can find it on YouTube, and it stars my son, who was, let's see, he's 11 now. I guess he was 8 or 7 or something. Three-person cast. It's a dark comedy, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it's just about whatever God puts on your heart. He put it there for a reason.
Yes.
He didn't put it there for you to sit on it. He didn't put it there for you to worry about it. He put it there for you to start taking steps, and he's going to help you along the way, even if it's scary. Just
Right.
start doing it. So I'm really thankful that I'm doing that more, and I'm working on another project that I wrote called The Hybrid.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's a pilot that I wrote, and I'm starting production. I have started production on it, and I'm just gonna keep going, and what the heck, do it.
Can't stop, won't stop.
All gas, no brakes. I love it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Do it.
So it seems like y'all made it a family affair. So I know you said your son starred in the dark comedy that you made and everything. So what about your other children? Do they have like an interest in acting or the arts, or do they take a more academic or traditional route?
Well, my daughter, she graduated from Tulane with a degree in neuroscience and digital media practices. But she's graduated, and she's helping me on my my hybrid project. So she loves film. So she's great with camera, audio, lighting. She writes herself, and so I think she's going to be doing a lot of film work, a lot of production. And my middle child, Nathan, he's about to go to college at UC Davis. He's an amazing artist, so he's gonna be doing that. And my son, Josiah, my 11-year-old, he's a ninja. So he does capoeira. You're a ninja. You are. We'll see what he ends up. We'll see what he ends up liking. You do? Oh, that's hysterical. He's not. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we'll see what they all end up doing. It's a process.
Yes. So, Shireen, I got a kind of off-topic question because I know you're in LA. I'm actually in Las Vegas. So I know it's a crazy time. It's hurricane season everywhere. How were y'all a couple weeks ago with the hurricane with Hillary and everything? Were y'all managed to stay safe and everything from that?
Yeah, we were super safe. They prepared us for the worst, and really, over where I live in Culver City, just drizzling pretty much all day long. It really wasn't bad at all, thank God.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yeah, not as bad as they thought.
Seems like when it rains, it pours in Southern California because at this it's like a rare occasion or occurrence. But us being from Houston, we were very accustomed and used to the tropical storm weather and hurricanes and all that. Almost as bad as Florida, to be honest.
Wow. Florida. Yeah, there's
Florida's like, it's beautiful, but it's like, taking a chance for sure.
For sure. I figured, just Vegas, we got nothing, absolutely nothing, and they prepared us for the worst as well. I'm like,
yeah. Thankfully.
Yes. I mean, better safe than sorry, right?
Exactly.
At least you know what to do just in case it was worse. Because meteorologists, they're not God. They can't, but they try to do their part. Right? I love it, guys. Okay, so Sheree's making it a family affair. Her kids are involved in production, acting. She's letting them express their creative selves and whatnot. So what's happening now? Shireen, talk about the project or whatever you're working on now so that the viewers can know what's going on with you these days.
I would just say follow me on Instagram at Shireen Crutch. Right now, I've we just got off of summer and I was working on the hybrid. I'm taking a little break. I feel like this is like a very short rest period for me. So I'm taking advantage of that. The kids have just started back to school. So I'm just kind of taking it easy real quick before things start picking up again. And just, follow me on Instagram and keep you updated and posted about what's going on. And
I think these days that's like the easiest way to keep in contact with your faves is definitely Instagram or if they have Twitter or whatever. So yeah, that's really cool.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. That's so cool. So Shireen, moving along, tell us about some of those blockbuster classics that you are so well known for. Shall I mention Hit the Floor for starters? Tell us a little bit about that. What was it like working with all those cool folks, and just give us a little rundown.
It was really cool. So, a TV show. It's on BET, Hit the Floor, about basketball players. And I played the musical artist Tank. He was in that as well. I played his wife for a couple of episodes. And the main actor was in another film that I did called Illicit. I did that a little while ago I played a married woman who was having an affair on my husband, and actually my husband was having an affair on me.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Plot twist, if you will.
Right. So that was called Illicit. And then I have another film out that I shot. I think I shot it at the beginning of this year in January, out in Joshua Tree. Oh. It's called Passionate Betrayals. I believe it's on Tubi right now. And that is about, that's about me and my best friend. We've decided to kill our husbands and run away together. Yay! It's a happy film.
That sounds like a country song.
That sounds juicy. Guys, That
Yeah.
one's on Tubi. Make sure you check it
It's on
out. That
TV.
sounds really juicy.
Yeah,
Like
right?
I want
Yeah.
to watch that like tonight when I
It's a
get some
thriller.
time.
It's a thriller, yeah.
Ooh, right up my alley. Yes.
Yeah. So, and right
Okay.
now we're having a big strike. I don't know when this is going to air, but we are having a strike, a writer's strike and an actor's strike. So
Oh yeah.
praying for all of the actors and writers who are off of work right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
that's
how
what's
has
going
that
on.
been for you? Because I know the last time we interviewed someone who was an actress in the industry, it was last year before the strike.
Mhm.
So
Oh, okay.
you living through it, what has that been like? Like, are you guys even getting scripts? Like, are the writers even like what's going on? There's nothing happening at all.
Not too much unless you're on a reality show or a game show. Those things are still going on.
Yeah.
So, but for most of us, no script. Nothing's really going on. A lot of people are out striking, which is great
Right.
because they're being really stubborn about making things right for the important players in this business, which are the writers and the actors. We're important too. Actors and writers matter. Actors and writers' lives matter.
Absolutely.
So
Sure.
it's hard, but I mean, I'm doing fine, thank God, and I'm sure we're all, I'm praying for everybody. And like I said, I've got my kids and stuff. I'm just my hands are so full
Yeah.
anyway that and I'm hopeful that I know God's gonna work it all out and we'll all get back to work like we need to be and things will be right for all of us. But yeah, it's a little, it's like I said, it's a really weird transition period right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's like day by day, here we go.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And honestly, that just means something better is going to come your way and everyone's way.
Yeah,
honestly.
for sure.
Yeah.
I did hear though about that, like you said, the game shows and reality having, still working. So are they like under a different like actors union or what's the situation? Like, why are they still able to work while you guys are still, are you like under two different umbrellas as far as representation?
Yeah, there's a difference.
Okay.
There's a difference. I'm not sure exactly what the differences are, but there is they're in like a different category, so to speak, that exempts them from the things that we're striking about. So that's why they're able to do that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what is one thing that the fans don't know about Shireen that no one's ever like, hey, I really think that she'd be good at, or she does this as a hobby or whatever it is?
I think I'm a really good cook.
Hey.
I'm really good. And I love to eat. Food is the best.
Yeah.
Besides working out. Such an oxymoron.
Yeah, I'm a really good
So
cook.
what's your favorite dish? Like, what are you throwing down in the kitchen?
Well, my kids, they're a bit picky eaters, but I think I make a really good lasagna. It's just regular stuff. I happen to be good at. Yeah, I make a really good mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Like for the holidays, I'm doing the mac and cheese. Nobody else, please. And,
I was on mac and cheese duty too for like the past Christmas. Like that's my thing. I'm like, give me the pasta.
Yeah.
The carbs, girl, the carbs.
The carbs, right?
Exactly.
What about desserts, Shireen?
I'm not real good with desserts. I feel like I'm not. No. Like cooking is okay. Baking is a little bit. I'm not great at baking.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I'm the same way. Just give me the cake in the box, and I'll make that.
Exactly.
I'm not making nothing from scratch.
Yeah.
Just put a little extra ingredients in it. Put a little sour cream in it.
Yeah.
And a little extra vanilla and stuff like that.
That's how you make it your own.
That's it.
That's how you stand aside from Betty Crocker. You're like, look,
exactly.
Vanilla extract and a grandma's ingredient from 40 years ago.
That.
Solid recipe.
And I know you was asking you about, things that we don't know. We know all of your amazing talents. Do you have any hidden talents that you want to tell us about?
Hidden talents. Mm-hmm. I have quirky talents.
Oh, tell me about these. I love quirkiness.
Well, one finger snaps like this. The other finger snaps like this. One goes one way, one goes the other, and that's weird. It's just
Oh my
weird.
goodness.
You know, what can I do with this? This is gonna get me nowhere, but I
That's
can
very
do it.
unique.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can move my ears. Can you guys wiggle your ears? You see that?
Oh, I see
I
it.
see it. I'm moving. I can't do that.
I can't do that either.
That's talent.
I'm double jointed. That's all that I can
Oh
do.
wow! Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, like my arms.
Oh my God.
I know, right? I know. You didn't even know that, bestie. You didn't know that. I'm double jointed.
I can fold my tongue a bunch of different ways. And I can flare my
A little
nose.
bit of that, yeah.
Like,
Oh, very good.
Flare my nose.
Yeah.
I love it. I love how we can just be silly, playful
Yes.
women and have a good time. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm having fun. I'm having fun, ladies. I'm having a good time. Shireen, you having a good time?
I am. Thank you.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Good.
I
Just
love
want to be sure, you know,
positive.
we
I love
keep the
positive
vibes
thoughts
going.
on.
Okay, so one more time for the fans, go ahead and shout out your socials. So where can they follow you, like on Instagram, if you have Facebook or whatever other social media platforms? Go ahead and let the fans know where they can catch up with you these days.
Instagram and Facebook is at Shireen Crutch. I think I also have Shireen Crutch for Facebook. I don't really do much Twitter nowadays after the whole Twitter
merging,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. So it's mostly Instagram, and I'm gonna make my daughter set me up a TikTok.
Awesome.
too.
That'll be cute.
We'll see how that goes.
So we'll see how it goes. I love it.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and plug the name of the book, the children's book, one more time so they can know where they can get that and the name of it as well.
Yes. Everyone, please go on Amazon for your little ones and for your children. Pick up Topper Lost His Hopper. You will really enjoy it, and they will really enjoy it. It's about growth mindset and overcoming obstacles, and it's a really great book. Topper Lost His Hopper on Amazon.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that.
Love it.
Yes.
Pam, what final words do you have for our lovely guest?
You know, you are an absolute joy. I like from mother to mother, you know, just kind of, you know, every mother has like a different, you know, schedule and everything, and you're so busy, and I love that you take the time, and like family comes first, and I really do admire that, you know.
Absolutely.
And I can tell that you love your babies. I'm the same with my babies, so it's so important, you know, just to have that sense of family and everything. So I love that, and especially the book too. I'm going on Amazon right now. Getting that book.
Let me know how your babies like it. Okay.
I surely will.
Let me know what they think. Send me a picture too so I can post it.
Yes, ma'am. I got you, girl.
Thank you.
Yes.
I can see Riley reading it now. Okay. Oh, she'll love it.
With the different voices
it, right?
and stuff, because she'll narrate like different voices. Like, I got you.
Good. Love it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well,
thanks for having me.
I just love the fact that we got a chance to interview a legend in the industry.
Yes.
You were one of those it girls coming up where, you know, I'm sure me and Pam saw you in magazines, stuff like,
you know,
we can probably, you know, do something, dibble dabble in the industry a little bit, and just opening and paving the way in any way that you did for women of color. We have to, you know, pay our respects.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing our show.
Yes.
What?
Thanks for having me. You guys are awesome.
And your journey is a beautiful journey. And of course, we'd love to also introduce you to a whole new avenue of people that didn't know about you before, and also let your fans catch up with you as well. So,
for sure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
So much for having me.
Pam, you want to take us out?
Absolutely. Everyone, it was a pleasure. Thank y'all so much. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what y'all thought, and give a shout out to Shireen. Tell her you said hi, you know. She would love to see the comments. So in closing,
I'm sure she
as far as everything, you know, women empowerment, I hope that you enjoy the show today. I'm signing off. I am Pamela Nicole, also with the lovely
Mia J.
And the beautiful Shireen Crutchfield. Hello.
Of course.
Thank you.
And until next time, guys, this is Dynasty Queens. We'll see you in the next
Dynasty
episode.
Queens.
Woo!
Bye, guys.
Bye.